Hello everybody, it's Susan Bruck and I'm back with my second crocheting lesson, which is how to make a single crochet. And once you know how to do single crochet, you can make all sorts of things. You can make a scarf or a hat or a sweater or little animals. I'm going to tip my camera down so you can see my hands better. My phone, I know it's my phone. So this is from last time. This is the chain stitch, and if you have the chain stitch, you can learn how to single crochet. So I'm going to pull out a few of these stitches because I want to get to the end of the row and show you how to turn. So I'm going to leave, that looks like a good number. All right, so I'm back with my giant crochet hook and my yarn, and that's all you need. So just like you did with the chain stitch, oh, actually, not like you did with the chain stitch, you're going to start by, this has nice big holes because I'm using a big hook and not such big yarn. So here's the first chain from the hook right here. It's kind of littler than the other ones. And this is the second chain. So you're going to start with the second chain and poke the hook through it like that. So there's 2 loops now on the hook. Wrap the yarn over, and again you're going to hold on to the yarn that you just wrapped over and onto the chain. But this time, and for this first one, I'm also kind of holding on to this one a little bit. You're going to pull the loop through both of the other loops. Sorry, I don't know if that made sense, but I'm going to do it again. So I've got 1 loop on the hook. I'm going to poke the hook through the next chain stitch. So 2 loops there on the hook, and wrap the yarn over, and I'm holding it, and I'm holding the chain, and I'm also kind of holding on to this other loop. So I'm going to pull the yarn over, and I kind of turn the hook down so it can slip through, and pull the yarn over through both loops. And that's it. So I have 3 more to get to the end of the row, so I'm just going to do those slowly so you can watch. Yarn over, hold on to. So now that I have a little bit of stitch here, I'm going to hold on to the yarn, the chain, and the end here. It gets a little easier as it gets bigger, and it's also a little easier if you're not using such a big hook. All right, so here is, and sometimes it's a little hard to tell with the chains. It's easier once you get past the chains and get to just working in the single crochets. But you have to do this first, and usually you'll have a certain number of stitches, so you can just count and see if you got the right number. And so this is my little row. It's not going to usually look so lacy. It's just big because I'm using this really big hook. So this is the side. This is the top, which looks like more chain stitches. So to start the second row, usually you will do a chain 1. So that's just yarn over the hook, and I'm holding, and pull it through. So there's my chain. And now there's different ways you can do this, but this is the most basic way. So we have the chain here on top. I'm going to put my hook through both of those. So now if you look now, there's 3 loops. I'm going to wrap my yarn over, pull it back through the first 2 loops. So I have 2 loops again, yarn over, and I'm holding on to my last row. I only have 2 things to hold on to now. My yarn, my last row, and I'm turning the hook and pulling it through the 2 loops. So I'm going to look again. And there's my next chain stitch. I'm gonna poke the hook through both of those. So now there's 3 loops on there. Yarn over, pull it back through those 2 loops. Yarn over again, and remember to hold on to everything. Yarn through, and that's it. The hardest part, and it's a little easier to see when you're not using such loopy, such a big hook and it's not so loopy. It's a little easier to see, but that's all there is to it. So it's just oops, there it is. Through, over, back out, over, and through. And then I'm at the end of my row, so I've got 2 rows here. So I'm going to do another chain stitch, and then I'm going to find my loops. It gets easier to see as you get a little further along. Here's my loops that I'm going to go through, and so I'm just going to go back the other way. And that is how you do a single crochet stitch. So our next step, or the next thing that we're going to do now that we know how to single crochet and how to turn and go back, is we're going to crochet. We're going to make a square that can be made into different shapes of hats. And again, with this one, if you, I don't have my scissors right here, sorry. So, but when you're ready to finish it off, if I wanted to make this into just a little funny little square here, I would just do a chain stitch. But I would take my hook out, clip the yarn, and then pull the loop tight and pull out the extra yarn. So that's it. Please let me know if you have any questions. It just takes a little bit of practice, and yeah, it just takes a little practice and learning how to see. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoy it. I really like to crochet. It doesn't take so much concentration once you get the hang of it, but of course, learning any new skill does take some concentration. It's probably also easier to learn it if somebody is sitting right next to you, but since while I'm recording this is social distancing time, well, this is this can do for now. And also I found that, like, if I have learned how to do something, watching a YouTube video can help me to remember what to do. So hopefully it will help. And again, please let me know if you have any questions. And thank you so much for stopping by. See you soon.